That was me, and a lot of me. So this is something different that I don't normally do because I normally don't consider myself like in terms of a how important are you to what you talk about. I'm like I talk about sports, I talk about anime, I talk about music, I talk about hip hop culture. Like the things I talk about, I think are generally more interesting than I am because I live a pretty low key life. So I don't really get on the internet and talk about myself a ton. But I've been having this feeling, and I don't really know any other way to do or to handle it except by putting this out. And that is talking to yourself is a weird concept because that's what I do and what I'm trying to do. I get on here 4 nights a week and I talk to myself. Yeah, I believe that there's people on the other side. There's people that are going to hear this, people that are going to watch, be entertained, learn something hopefully. But I'm essentially sitting in a room right now with a camera and a microphone talking to myself. And something that I've learned about myself over the last couple of years is how long can you talk to yourself? How long can you sit there without seeing a chat screen going crazy or a whole bunch of subscribers and a whole bunch of comments? How long can you sit there and truly be happy or enjoy talking to yourself? And I think I have pretty good energy. I try to approach every show with research, with some intelligence on topics that I believe, especially with sports. We'll stick with sports primarily because that's when I truly do talk to myself by myself. I try to be informed. I try to give some nuance. I try not to be just a hot take guy. I try to talk about this thing that I have loved since I was a child. But it is a lot of talking to myself. You go through my YouTube channel. I have 8+ years of at miscellaneous points, at the majority of it, probably 90% of it, is a lot of talking to myself. I got some videos that have 2, 3, 5, 6. I think my highest videos got like 8,000 views. I've gotten some good feedback on some of the shorts. I've posted stuff on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you want to say, like, and I've gotten some response. And there's people that are aware of me, and that always feels good. But it is a lot of talking to yourself. And when you really sit down and you're like, do I still enjoy this? Do I still want to do this? How long do you sit in a room and talk to yourself before it's like, okay, do you need to move on? Oh, you want to start a YouTube channel. Well, that's cool. And everybody's excited when you start. And then somebody asks you a year or two in, so how's it going? And you're like, well, year or two in, I got about maybe 100 subscribers. Talking about myself. Yeah, and half of them are my friends that just, hit the subscribe button because they wanted to support me. But a lot of my friends don't actually watch sports like that, so they're not really watching my content. I don't blame them for that. That's just the reality of the situation, and that's fine. I was watching The Wolf of Wall Street over the weekend, and one of my best friends, he's been recommending this movie forever to me. And watching that movie, there was this great moment where I sat there and thought to myself, this is it. I got true inspiration from this movie. So in this movie, again, I'm not breaking any news here. It's over 13 years old now at this point, 12, 13 years old. The main character wants to get rich. He just wants to get rich, and he finds a way to get rich through being a stockbroker, trading. Like, that's how he figured it out. And then a bunch of other illegal stuff, but that's for the movie. But he wanted to get rich. That was his sole driving possession. When I was younger, that's all I wanted to do. Like a lot of us, I wanted to be rich. I was 20 years old, and I'm looking at these things. I'm looking at the internet. I'm looking at rappers. I'm looking at celebrities. I'm like, I want to be rich. I want to live that lifestyle. Which, the pursuit of money, the problem with it, as in that movie and in real life, you can't win at having money. There's always more money. There's always more money to be made. If money is your only goal, I truly believe it's impossible to be happy. This has given me and shifted me in a way where I had something that wasn't just money. Yeah, I want to make money from this. I would love for this to be my career. That's my dream job, to be able to sit here realistically 5 days a week, come in, talk about sports. 2 other days of the week, come in, talk about anime, talk about hip hop. Like, I would love this to be my job. That just sounds like the coolest shit in the world to me. And that's why this movie was so important, is this has become my passion, even above and beyond becoming a way I could potentially make money. And that's tough. That's really tough, because I still have to work. I still have to go. I still got bills to pay. I'm married. I have a wife. She still there's a standard expected of, hey, look, how much time are you dedicating to this thing that doesn't make money? Where you are like, what are we doing with the rest of our life? How much time are you going to spend on this passion project or hobby or something fun? Like, we want to do more things in our life. And she has absolutely every right to feel that way. The same way the older people in my life, I've got, my grandmother, I got some uncles, aunts, I got older people in my life who are looking at me going, okay, what is the next step for your life? We want to see you grow into a career, grow into, a real adult, grow into hopefully one day a father, like all these things. So it's, hey, when are we gonna see the next step for you? Or are you still just, oh, you're recording, that's nice. Oh, you're still talking on your podcast, oh, that's nice. But this is truly my passion. My passion is talking to myself about sports. And this is what makes, to bring these all, I don't want to make this super long video or go into depths about every aspect of my life. But as I watch that movie, and I've been having these thoughts the last couple months, is like, how long can I talk to myself? Now, life might just totally take that choice away from me. I might be forced into too many responsibilities where I can't do this anymore. And I'm aware no one is entitled to be a YouTuber, a podcaster, a content creator. These are all jobs that have super high potential, but it's why so few people actually make it past the point of just this, of just sitting in a room and talking to yourself. And I accept that. Do I have a date that I say, okay, I would totally shut this all down, I would never do it again, I would just focus on career, trying to earn more money, start a family, all these other things? I think I should, but I don't. I get really excited turning on the camera, turning on the microphone, and sitting in a room and talking about sports, even if that means I'm talking to myself. I have so many hours just streamed live on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, to one person, two person. Hell, sometimes it's 3 or 4 people. And I'll be honest, I'm watching it on my phone, so it's really -1. But I love this. And this is the dilemma that any content creator or YouTuber or podcaster or somebody trying to be in this space or this space adjacent, this is the struggle. How long can you talk to yourself? I've talked to myself a lot, and I'm okay with it. But I know I can't do it forever. I don't know if there's supposed to be some big moral outline or some ooh moment or gotcha. I think the reality is I just needed to say this out loud, and like most things, this is my happy place. This is my safe space for me. This is turn on the lights, turn on the camera, turn on the microphone, say what I need to say. There's some other stuff that I'm going to put out this week. I'm not doing a regular episode at all this week. It's all videos like this where it's the things that I feel more passionate about than just normal what's going on in the NBA or what's the NFL offseason look like. And I felt this had to be addressed. Talking to yourself. It's the dilemma. How long can you talk to yourself before you break, someone you're close to breaks, life forces you? I've been doing this for 8+ years. Do I know when I'm going to stop? In my heart of hearts, it's might not be the best answer, but it's the only thing I can give, which is my truth, my honest answer. No, I don't know when it's going to stop. I really don't. How long do you talk to yourself before the camera finally goes off?